Got a new challenge for you today, guys. We're shooting 6 eggs again, but this is a different scenario. Out there we have eggs at 25 yards, got 2 of them. 2 at 50, 2 at 100 yards. And I'm gonna be using 22 long rifle. I have a choice of, well, I'm gonna be using 3 different stances. So at 25 yards, I have to be standing. At 50 yards, I can be sitting or kneeling. And then I can finally go prone out at 100. We're using a mystery rifle today. Actually, some of you guys have seen this already, and it's totally accurate. It's completely up to the challenge. It's all gonna be down to me and how I can shoot today. We'll talk about the rifle afterward. Let's go see how this can do. All right, so here's how it goes. As soon as I drop the bolt, then the timer goes. I've done this before, I timed it, and I'm gonna see if I can beat my own record here. Last time I was shooting a bolt action, so hopefully a semi-auto can do a little bit better. Oh, I can't tell if that was a hit or not. Now, here's the tough one, you guys. I actually have to get through quite a bit of grass to get these. Hopefully I don't actually hit any grass. I think that might have been a hit. We'll see. Oh, I'm itching to see. Let's go check downrange. Okay, left side hit. And left side again. Oh, okay. This might portend some interesting things here. Before, the wind was a little bit different, and it's just totally steady now. So maybe I have altered my aim just a little bit too much. Vertical looks good. Let's see how 50 is. Oh, I'm seeing some damage. Yes, I got both. Beautiful. Okay. So there's number 1. Good hit on the bottom. That's pretty solid. That emptied that out pretty good. And I just grazed the upper left. All right. Moment of truth, 100 yards. You guys have seen it already, but I haven't. Oh, I'm not seeing any big damage. Oh. Did I even nick one of these? No, I was way high and right. That's about, an inch and a half over from the target. And same thing with this one. Well, at least I was consistent. Consistently missed these. Tell you what, let's go back, let's have a little fun, let's take them out. The scope cam footage comes courtesy of the Tacticam FTS. This is a really cool little thing that I got to show with the 6mm ARC video, and I've used it on a couple others. It's a great way to actually show other people what you were seeing through the scope. And I'm actually looking through the same scope at the same time. It just kind of splits off some of the light and sends it to the camera. What I'm shooting today is, this is SK Standard Plus. This is one of the ammunition types that shot the best in this rifle. This is pretty expensive stuff from Germany, and it seems to be just really nice if you want to actually hit what you're aiming at. The best one was actually the long range match that they have, but I'm saving that up because I want to be able to do some really long distance shooting, like maybe 500 yards or something. That'd be a whole lot of fun. I've tried it before, and some of the ammo was pretty good, but that long range match from SK, much, much better. Yeah, let's see if we can knock some things around. I just came out here and I started shooting some of the steel to see where things were hitting at 100 yards, and maybe I didn't get it quite right. You can see how they were both to the right. The wind before was actually coming from the right, and I think I was kind of reacting to that. But now that the wind has really, for all intents and purposes, died, I think I need to come left just a little bit. Okay. And when you were looking through the scope, you could probably see how much grass we were looking through. It's pretty bad. Tell you what, we're gonna shoot a quick group. See right there, the A? We're gonna shoot for a group right there. Now before, I was about 2.7 milliradians. That's where I had to hang out, but it looks like things are coming in pretty high. I'm gonna go with 2.5, see what that looks like. And I guess come left just a tiny bit. All right, we can check that out later. All right, let's see if we can nail one of these eggs. That did not look like a hit. Nor that. That looked like something moved on that one. All right, let's go see if we hit anything. The last time I did this challenge, I had a 20 or 25 power scope. I think it was a 25. I wouldn't mind that again today. Oh, I see what's happening, you guys. It's the grass. The grass is throwing these all over the place. I took, what was it, like 6 shots at this A right here? And I can only see 2 of the hits. Maybe this is one, but that's way, way, way off. This rifle is way more accurate than that, especially with this ammo. No, I'm striking grass and it's throwing these. Yeah, let's put this target way up high here on the berm so that hopefully we're not cutting through grass this time. Maybe we can kind of get over it. And just for the heck of it, I'm gonna throw up a target here. This ammo is printing about a 1/2 inch at 50 yards. In my previous testing, there is no way that it's suddenly opening up to about 4 inches at 100 yards. And that's just one of the obstacles when you're actually out shooting in the real world. That's something I'd like to talk about a little bit more. We have a lot of notions of what's, like what's the best whatever. Like this prone position right here. Out when we were prairie dog hunting, there were some times we could get in a prone position like this, but for the most part, I had my leg wrapped around a rock and I had a cactus at my elbow, and I've got a really sharp rock sticking me right in the sternum, and the whole thing is at an incline. Yeah, that's what the real world is like. And you just make the shot happen if you can. All right, let's see if this fixes some things. Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah, I can actually see stuff now. I can see that little target. Tell you what, let's do 2.5, see how it goes. I see that. Okay, that's slightly high. It's about 1 inch high, 1 inch right. Okay. That's maintaining its height. I did bring it left. So let's split that difference and bring it down. All right, that looks like it's clustering up pretty good. Again, I'd like a little bit more precision. This is more of a practical rifle scope. You can see how thick the stadia are. No, that looked like a miss. And there it goes. Yeah, rifle is fine, and actually, I guess shooter wasn't off too much, but grass is bad. The rifle that we're shooting today is the Bergara BXR. This is the carbon model with a carbon fiber barrel, which, by the way, feels really cool. It's not warm at all. I can just feel a little bit right here. That seems to be radiating heat really well. Yeah, they have a couple different models. One of them is the steel barreled model, and this is the carbon one. Now, from what I've been seeing, it looks like the steel barreled model is a little bit more precise. It looks like it's gripping a little bit better, and that's gonna make it, more precise for things like maybe competition shooting, but this is one that's just a really handy package. Very lightweight. The balance is awesome. You can see I have a bunch of junk on here right now, but as it is, it looks like the balance is centered right over the magazine right now with all the stuff on there. Very easy to move around. The grip may not be particularly awesome for squirrel hunting. Usually you'd want that a little bit more laid back, but because of the balance on this, I think it would be awesome for stuff like that. This would be great for rabbits and squirrels, all kinds of little varmints. Really easy to get out into the field, really easy to deploy, and very easy to point as well. Now, you saw on the first shot that I took that I went into a stance that was very upright. At first, I tried some stuff where, I was really leaning into it. I had the sling really wrapped around my arm, and I was not quite as steady. Sometimes that feels pretty good for me, but not this time. I decided to go for that upright target stance like you do in silhouette, and that got me on target for those two. So yeah, a big fan of that stance in this particular moment. For the 50-yard targets, I felt pretty stable for that. I can usually kind of bundle up a little bit better, kind of get my elbows to the outside of my knees. I think I was a little bit too hasty getting into position, but you see that it worked. And then of course we saw what happened at 100. You can't really fault anything except Mother Earth. But anyway, a bit more about the rifle itself. The BXR is a 10/22 clone, but it's one that has been tweaked and really refined to be something that goes beyond the 10/22. You've heard of like Volquartsen doing some of these rifles, or at least making some of the parts and people coming up with really precise things. And of course we have the TCR22, that's the Thompson Center. Really cool looking thing, very similar in design to this. Some of the features that you can see on here, number one, there's a rail built right into the top of the receiver, and I believe that this has a 20 MOA incline to it. I think that's what I was reading. I'll annotate if it is flat or if it's 20 MOA, but that's gonna help a lot with getting out to some of the longer distance targets. Everything inside here is just better polished, and it's like it has all the cool stuff that you wanted from a 10/22 in the first place, and you had to buy all those little extra little nirnies and greeblies to get it to do exactly what you want. For example, okay, the bolt latch right here, this is very easy to actuate. It's large. It doesn't have that traditional hook. It's just kind of a big round thing with a cutout. And it has the usual little kind of dongle down here for hanging the thing back. But then, like some of the uprated 10/22s that you have out there where maybe you've added extra parts to them, this does have the ability to kind of skip the little dongle when it's time to go into shooting. All you have to do is just pull back, it drops that little dingus, you let it go, and then it loads the next round. I'm gonna have to find this stuff too. This ammo is expensive. I need to figure out where I'm dropping these. But you also get an upgraded magazine latch right here. So pull forward on this, great big, you can get it with your thumb, and then just hook in with your finger. There's a lot of very close tolerance and very tight precision on this all the way around, and that includes the magazine. The magazine is a little bit difficult to load. Now we're gonna get into the garage and we're gonna take a close look at all of this. But suffice it to say that all the little things that they've done on here to polish surfaces and make things a little bit sharper and a little bit closer, they have worked wonders. This is not shoot like your average 1022. This is much more precise, and this trigger is out of this world, very light, and it's caught me out actually a couple times when I was testing here today. I wasn't expecting to actually get the trigger to break. I thought I was staging it and then it goes off. And that's actually what I want on a lot of my rifles. But thanks a lot, you guys, for watching this little challenge. I'm sorry it didn't come out quite the way that I was expecting. The 100-yard ones were just a little bit weird. But I think that it's still a very good indication of what this rifle can do. It was pretty quick and easy on these closer targets, and very precise on those as well. And then when we step back, once we actually figured out where we were hitting and we stopped hitting grass, yeah, very precise. And also thanks to patrons of the Destructive Arts that make videos like these possible. Thank you guys for buying some of the things that we use on here, like bipods, slings, and other goodies that we've been able to test on this and on other rifles. If anybody else wants to chip in $1 or $2 a month, I'll leave a link around here. We have some really cool tests going with 243 Winchester. We've done some really fun stuff with 6.5 Creedmoor, 7mm 08, and we have a brand new cartridge that we're going to be talking about here in the near future that you are not going to want to miss out on. It's going to be really darn cool. But thank you to patrons at the 338 Lapua Magnum level. We have Sportsman's Guide, Stan and Mary, and Tyler. And then at the 300 Win Mag level, we have Joseph Davis, Peter, Mr. No Name, and Howard. Thanks a lot, you guys. And everybody, I will see you in the next video as we take a close look at the rifle and how all the one-off parts in here add up to something that really is out of this world.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to like, share, and most importantly, subscribe. Even if you didn't like this particular content, go ahead and subscribe. There's probably something coming that's more up your alley. Check out this playlist right here. This is going to have videos in a similar vein to what you just watched. These two videos we cherry-picked for you. And finally, The Social Regressive is on Patreon. So you can become a patron of the Destructive Arts and earn some goodies while helping us to provide high-quality videos just by kicking us a few bucks a month. Thanks a bunch for your patronage.